Hey everyone, we're here at the 2012 Ground Up Manufacturers Expo where we've unveiled our 1978 LSX 454 Camaro Pro Touring car. With me is Ken, the president of Ground Up, and he's going to give you a little bit of history about the car and why it's so special to the company.
Well, Paul, this was my car from high school. I had graduated high school in '77, and I always wanted a Camaro. They were my dream car to have, and fortunately, I was lucky enough in August of 1977 to actually order the new '78 Camaro. The '78 Camaro was going to be the reintroduction of the Z28. It would be the first model year of its resurgence since the '74 was the last full year of production. I have always wanted a Z28. They were my I can't tell you. I can't even describe how I wanted a Z28. And then when I found out that Chevrolet was going to make it, I was right there at McVeigh Chevrolet in Valley Stream, New York, and put my order in. I ordered the car fully loaded. I just went down the list and clicked every box that they had with a check mark next to it. The '78 was the first year that they introduced the full Fisher body T-tops. As a lot of you guys know, the Trans Am had the Burt Reynolds or the Bandit style ones. They were the smaller Fisher body tops. They were such a hit with these cars that GM went ahead with the Fisher body, and they introduced the full Fisher body T-tops, which really makes this car stand out. The glass T-tops removable, and the car was just wild. But with that being said, I took delivery on the car in November of '77, and I remember I was there the day the car came in off the trailer, and it was one of the best days of my life, and just thoroughly enjoyed the car. I drove the hell out of it. We took this car out west. We took it to California. We went the whole Las Vegas to Arizona, Scottsdale, through the Grand Canyon, through Utah. We went Route 66. We went East Coast, West Coast. I took about 6 months off and traveled with the car, so I used this car extensively. Up till about 1985, when I sold it to a good buddy of mine. And we just went on and moved on, but I never lost sight and never really lost interest in the Camaro, and I said one of these days we'll get it back. Last year, 2011, I get a call from my friend Rick, who was relocated in Mississippi, and we exchanged pleasantries, and the first thing I said to him after that, I said, "You still have that car?" And he said, "Yep, I sure do." So I said, "Well, you know what that means. I want it back." No sooner than a week went by, and I had a trailer down there. We picked it up, and here it is.
So it sounded like you had a lot of fun times in the car when you were younger. How does the car compare now to when you first had it, with all the DSD suspension and LS drivetrain and everything? What's it like?
There's no comparison. The sheer power and the handling of the car is just unbelievable. The ride, if you know these cars at all, they're a very hard ride. You always get a pounding on the rear end whenever you hit a bump. But this with the DSE Quadra-Link rear end, it rides like a Cadillac. It's smooth, and it handles like a go-kart. And with the LSX motor, it just rips.
So I guess this time you're going to keep it for the long run. You're not going to let it go again, right?
Paul, this could be a keeper, absolutely. And I'm sure my son Joe can't wait to get his hands on it too. Done? Uh-huh.